In a world that pretty much forces you to pick a side, what happens if a country just refuses? Well, today we're diving deep into Pakistan's incredible high-wire act of foreign policy. It's this strategy of pure, deliberate balance in an age that's all about rigid alliances.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. While everyone else is busy forming these really tight rival teams, Pakistan is trying something that's almost radical today. Just balance. It might sound unfashionable, sure, but for them, it's not really a choice. It's a matter of survival.
So, okay, how do you even navigate a world that's built on these all-or-nothing choices? For Pakistan, it means constantly managing these super intense relationships with rivals, like Iran on one side and the Gulf states on the other, while also juggling global powers like China and the West. It's a really delicate and, frankly, dangerous game.
And if you're wondering why they have to play this game, well, it all comes down to one fundamental thing: geography. For Pakistan, its location on the map isn't just a detail. It is destiny. It dictates literally everything they do.
Which really brings us to the central puzzle, doesn't it? Why is trying to stay neutral so incredibly hard, but at the same time so absolutely necessary for Pakistan? What is it about their position that makes it so unique?
Well, the answer is wrapped up in this really important concept, the hinge state. And that's exactly what Pakistan is. We're not just talking about a country that's near a few strategic regions. No, it's the critical pivot point, the place that physically connects them all. It's where competing worlds literally meet.
And just look at what this means on the ground. You've got the power dynamics of South Asia bumping up against the resources of Central Asia, right next to the volatility of the Middle East. And then there's the massive economic engine of Western China. They all converge in this one spot. It is a true geopolitical vortex.
And here's why that is so important. For a hinge state like Pakistan, a crisis next door isn't just some headline you read about. A conflict in the Gulf or any instability in Iran sends immediate, powerful shockwaves right through its economy, its borders, its security. Pakistan just doesn't have the luxury of watching from the sidelines.
This reality forces Pakistan to walk this incredible diplomatic tightrope, constantly balancing the pressures from all these competing powers. So what does this tightrope walk actually look like in practice? Okay, this is a perfect example of that balancing act. On one hand, you have Pakistan publicly and officially backing Iran's sovereignty. But then, at the very same time, it's maintaining these deep strategic and economic ties with Iran's biggest rivals, like Saudi Arabia, and even echoing their security concerns. It is a masterclass in playing both sides to stay in the middle.
And believe me, this isn't just talk. You can see it in their actions. At the UN, for example, Pakistan will vote in ways that manage to support both rivals, depending on the specific issue. It'll condemn broad military escalations without ever pointing fingers at one side. And crucially, it always keeps a line of communication open to Tehran. This stance is so consistent that even Iran has publicly acknowledged it at the Security Council.
You can actually boil this whole really complex stance down to a pretty simple three-part playbook. Step 1, always work to reduce escalation. Step 2, never burn a bridge. You have to preserve every single partnership you have. And step 3, the golden rule. Absolutely refuse to be forced into making an all-or-nothing binary choice.
So, why should the rest of us care about this? Well, because this strategy doesn't just keep Pakistan itself stable. It actually makes it a uniquely influential player on the world stage, one that actively helps shape the security of the entire region.
Now, this diplomatic balancing act isn't just based on good intentions, right? It's backed by some serious hard power. Pakistan is a nuclear state with a powerful military. It's got a growing defense industry, and it has these deep historic ties across the global south, where its military has been training other forces for decades.
But it's not all about military might. Pakistan is also working hard to position itself as a connector state. It wants to be a vital trade corridor, a major contributor to UN peacekeeping, and a hub for technology and climate solutions. The whole idea is to make itself indispensable.
And other countries are definitely taking notice. For a lot of nations in the Arab and Muslim world, Pakistan's stability isn't just its own internal business. They see it as a core pillar of their own collective security. The thinking is, a stable Pakistan helps stabilize everyone.
So, when you put it all together, this isn't about being indecisive or weak. This steady balancing act is actually a sign of quiet, strategic confidence. It's the power to engage with everyone, friends and foes alike, without being controlled by anyone.
Which I think leaves us all with one big question to think about. In a world that seems to be breaking apart into rival camps every single day, Is trying to stay in the middle the ultimate risk? Or could it actually be the ultimate source of strength?